Hi! In my last video I showed you a brief glimpse of a few illustrations I made while I was procrastinating for my school pedagogy state exam. And just to show you how life-saving procrastination can be, this is a drawing I made to show how I felt on the inside while I was studying for the same exam. You know, educational science, the science that consists of describing perfectly obvious aspects in the most complicated way possible. This is a very exact illustration of my feelings back then. It was also the only time in my life I ever threw a book. What partly saved me from insanity was that I was able to distract myself by painting a few illustrations to a poem I had written shortly before, not by choice. At the time I was busy learning Spanish, and the Spanish teacher had given us the assignment to write a poem. With very limited vocabulary at the time, this is how I came up with the words rainy season, chatty and lemon. They all figured in the previous and current unit. We got marks for the assignment, not important ones. To pass the class you had to rely entirely on the final written test. The marks for the assignments were rather to show you where you stood. Anyway, I got a B. And what's more, he had crossed out something else to write down the B, which looked a lot like a C. I was quite happy with the way my poem turned out. I even managed to have a nice idea and stuff. A C? Well, obviously not, it was a B. A B? Maybe because it didn't rhyme. It's modern times, poems don't have to rhyme anymore. Not that I was particularly depressed about it. I'm self-confident enough not to be bothered by such things. But I was intrigued. How do you mark creative work? Oh gee, that's nice, but not quite inspired enough. I obviously never intended to publish my artwork, but as I mentioned it in my last video, it occurred to me that I could, on the internet. Why not? I wrote the poem for my Spanish class, so the original version is in Spanish, but at the time I had translated it into German because I thought that these made nice presents. You know, parents like the stuff. Then I translated it into English for you, and that was already such a massive show-off that I thought, oh alright, I might as well translate it into every language I speak, except Latin, because despite my 5 years of school Latin, I don't speak Latin. It's a dead language. Also, I had the impression that videos on YouTube where people show off how many languages they speak are really popular. Yeah, bet they are. So I added French, and therefore I'm going to read the poem twice. First time in Spanish and English, and second time in French and German. So, I had to write this poem.
Delante de la casa roja,
In front of the red house.
la estación de lluvias ha acabado,
The rainy season has passed,
y el gran mercado ha abierto de nuevo.
and the big market has opened again.
Vamos los pobres, vamos a vender nuestras vidas.
Arise, poor people, let's go and sell our lives,
O nuestro futuro,
or our future,
para comprar un poco de suerte.
to buy a little luck.
El viejo de la casa roja me ha contado su sueño de la pasada noche.
The old man from the red house told me his last night's dream.
En todo el país, las limones han empezado a cantar.
In the whole country, the lemons started to sing,
Y de pronto, todas las chicas parlanchinas estaban silenciosas.
and suddenly all the chatty girls fell silent.
¡Qué sueño maravilloso!
Creo que voy a comprarlo. What a wonderful dream. I think I'm going to buy it.
Devant la Maison Rouge,
Vor dem roten Haus.
la saison des pluies est passée,
Die Regenzeit ist vorbei,
et le grand marché a rouvert.
und der große Markt hat wieder geöffnet.
Allez les pauvres, allons vendre nos vies.
Kommt, ihr Armen, verkaufen wir unser Leben,
Ou notre futur,
oder unsere Zukunft,
pour acheter un peu de chance.
etwas Glück zu kaufen.
Le vieux de la Maison Rouge m'a raconté son rêve de la nuit passée.
Der Alte aus dem roten Haus hat mir seinen Traum von vergangener Nacht erzählt.
Dans le pays entier, les citrons ont commencé à chanter.
Im ganzen Land haben die Zitronen angefangen zu singen.
Et tout à coup, toutes les filles bavardes se sont tues.
Und auf einmal waren alle geschwätzigen Mädchen still.
Quel rêve magnifique! Je crois que je vais l'acheter.
Was für ein wunderschöner Traum. Ich glaube, ich werde ihn kaufen. Oh gee, that's nice. Maybe a bit long and slightly too many languages.